Who's the next? So, right? Left him in the hotel. And then they're on the boat coming back through the train.
Yeah.
Focus on more Kathy there. You know.
She's the face of the couch.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's why I moved you down. I tried to move you guys down because Kathy usually doesn't show up on the. That's fine with me.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, welcome to the May 23rd Village of Shawnee Hills Council meeting. All that can, please stand and say the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Gabe? Here. Kaiser? Here. Rosa? Manny? Here. Patrick?
Here.
Here.
Okay, approval of the minutes from May 9th. Anything on page 1? Page 2?
Yes, on the village administrator, third line down, I think that should be perceivably with a Y instead of an
E. Page 3. And page 4. Motion to approve the minutes from May 9th. So moved.
Second.
Gabe? Yes. Kaiser?
Yes.
Rosa?
Yes.
Manny? Yes. Patrick?
Yes.
Good.
All right, approval of the agenda. Any questions? All right, do I have a motion to approve the agenda for tonight?
So moved.
Second.
Gabe? Yes. Kaiser?
Yes.
Rosa?
Yes.
Manny? Yes. Patrick?
Yes.
Zimmer?
Yes.
All right. Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll make it quick tonight because it was quite 2 weeks since our last council meeting, and really my report is that I don't have anything new to report.
All right,
All right.
perfect. I was going to go for a record tonight, but we all know that.
I did my part.
All right.
Should I talk slower now? Chipper Day over and done with. It was a success. I think everyone was happy. We had some complaints that people were missed. We went back, we got them taken care of. So that went well. We have a town hall meeting June 6th at 6:30 for the Growing Vibrant Communities initiative here in the village. Zoning, we continue to monitor a couple of problems. Tall grass notices went out to a handful of properties. So far, a couple of them have complied. Mark's gonna keep following up on that. Miranda, I was informed they'll be presenting a smaller number of homes for next month's planning and zoning. I have no plans. I have no further information other than that they will be back next month and that they've changed their plans to a smaller number than what was initially presented. Some spring cleaning things. Richard seems to be working pretty hard getting things cleaned up. He has been out of town for the last couple of days, so he'll be back Wednesday. We're gonna get back on everything. The new banners have been delivered. We did that in cooperation with the chamber, so we'll have a village banner, then a chamber banner, then a music in the village banner, then a village banner. I cut the cost down for us, and it gives other people opportunity to highlight things in the village. Looking through last couple of years, the amount of money we spent on American flags and how often we have to replace them. We're not going to put the flags out this year. However, our banners are very, very, very patriotic. To hopefully plug that in. And if there is somewhere we can put up flags, we'll explore that. But the poles are too close to Dublin Road, and the trucks hit them. And that one, thanks to Tony Badgley and the Girl Scouts for taking care of the Veterans Memorial. It's looking good. We did order wraparound they're 28-inch baskets that wrap around the light poles. So what we're doing Cherokee South for planters. We order the planters already planted, so they'll come in already looking good. We explored hanging baskets. We looked at other options, and these brackets and these baskets have a 3-gallon water bladder in them that slow releases into the plants. So it'll cut down the water time. So it's not going to be too overburdening. We'll just have to fill them up once or twice a week. I did hear from Berlin Township. Too early to tell or have any details on it, but the mayor and I will be meeting with them, with one of their trustees and county officials on Friday to discuss another potential jet. We'll look forward to that. Hopefully we'll have some more information soon. The other thing was the piece of legislation for the MORPC. I do have Brandy Whetstone from MORPC here to talk about that. I believe she's on the agenda. So I will defer that to her, other than I will fix the typo in the resolution where it says insert generic community. I inserted our community, but forgot to delete that out of there. So I'll change that at the end of the day. Anything administrator wise? Police department wise, new cruisers delivered, working well. It was in the parking lot, so I think everyone got to see it pulling in. E-citation, it's been installed. We're working out the kinks with municipal court. Hopefully that'll be up and running by the end of the week. The memorial tournament, it's in this pay period, so it's going to be a long week. Next week, memorial tournament, we do have the noise variance from the bogey on that. It's the same as years past. We don't, police department doesn't have any issues. We've been in communication with the tournament, and it seems to be pretty much business as usual down there. We'll have some extra patrols out, but it won't be anything crazy. Our CART team, the Child Abduction Missing Abducted Children Unit, we had our national certification last Wednesday and Thursday. We passed, which is great for Delaware County. So we're the only certified team in the state of Ohio. The closest team is Pittsburgh. So that's kudos for the county and our team. That's a lot of hard work from everybody involved in that. And then Safety Day, June 12th, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. This year we're gonna have some inflatables, safety activities, thanks to our community partners, and live music. It'll be at the church on Hillcrest. Anything police chief wise?
All right. Thank you, Russ. Brandy?
Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it. I'll give you a moment to pull up the slides here. Great, looks great. Thank you for your help with that. Is that what I need to use?
Just make work through it.
Okay, no problem. Well, I'll introduce myself. Good evening, council members. My name is Brandy Whetstone. I'm the Sustainability Officer with MORPC. I know that folks know MORPC for a lot of different programs and services in the region. I'm here to talk about sustainability today. I oversee our programs in air and water quality, as well as energy and climate. And I'm also the lead for our Sustainable 2050 program, which is our member engagement program to advance sustainability goals across the region. And just to give you a little bit of background, MORPC's sustainability work in the region is informed by our regional sustainability agenda. So it's updated every 4 years, and we just adopted the newest one last year by the MORPC board. It's intended to align our members and partners around common goals in the region. The goals include improving air quality and public health, protecting and preserving natural resources, creating sustainable and equitable communities, and also promoting sustainable growth. And within each of those very broad goals, I know it could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. There are several measurable objectives that we track as a region. And then there's about 100 strategies within those to help provide guidance to our local government members on what they can do to advance sustainable practices in the region. And there's the website. You can see the sustainability agenda at morpc.org/sustainability-agenda. So a little bit about eligibility for the program. You just have to be a MORPC member, which you are. And then the requirements are pretty simple. And I know today you're talking about the resolution of participation in the program. We also ask our members to designate a local champion and assign a representative. The reason for that is so that we have a point of contact with someone at the community who's designated to represent that work. And we also host quarterly member meetings. So we want to make sure that we get those members out to the meetings so that we can present on those topics of interest and have those really important conversations among, you know, other local governments and peers that are trying to do some of the same things. So it's really a great way to share best practices too. We also like to encourage our members to share data and updates with us so that we can have an idea of the kind of progress that's going on in the region. We don't have a formal process for doing that right now, but there's opportunities for us to recognize our members and their accomplishments. And then just to share with you some of the benefits of the membership, you get some MORPC staff assistance, including information on relevant grant opportunities or relevant programs that support your community's sustainability goals. And we can also connect you with opportunities for free technical assistance with OSU. And I'll provide a little more information on something new that we've started doing. Recently, we started compiling sample legislation for our local government members so that we can provide a legislative toolkit on different types of ordinances or codes that are out there that help support sustainable practices in the community. So it could cover a range of topics such as tree protection ordinances, just a whole variety of things. And we're taking ideas from our membership because the program and the needs really are member driven. We're not here to do it for ourselves. We're here to do this work so that it's relevant to our members and the communities that they serve. I mentioned the member forums already. Our next one is June 17th. And it's going to be at a special location at the Darby Nature Center. Normally we have them, you know, at MORPC or on Zoom, but we're starting to do in person again. So we wanted to take the opportunity to get out and learn about that. And we feature a different topic of interest at the different member meetings as well. And then finally, with recognition opportunities, our annual summit on sustainability is one example. Also through our tier status certification process is another way to earn recognition. And I can tell you a little bit more about that too. So there you see a listing. There's currently 36 members, including MORPC, having a collective impact on Central Ohio through this program. Communities as large as Columbus and as small as the village of Lockbourne have joined Sustainable 2050. So understandably, communities are coming from a different point that may or may not have a lot of resources to advance some of this work, but we're here to try to make it easy and to encourage communities to do whatever they can to advance, you know, along this journey. So you'll see the different achievement levels when you first join as a member and pass that resolution. You would be in that green section there as a Sustainable 2050 member. And then there's no requirement, but when our members are ready, we encourage them to reach out so that we can help with that certification process. They're just different recognition levels. So you see the gold, silver, and platinum members up there, for example. And it's based on the number of activities that have been achieved by that entity. And that's something that we provide a tool for local governments to track those. And then we help to figure out, you know, what qualifies as a, you know, Sustainable 2050 activity. So that's something, you know, whenever your community is ready to dig into that, I'm happy to help with that. So, and here, another aspect, you'll see a picture there. Once a member has achieved their certification through the program, they'll be recognized with a press release, also in front of peers at the MORPC board meeting, where you'll also be awarded a street sign if you want to display it. You can see there where they put it at the city limits in Upper Arlington as an example. So I think it's fun because a lot of our local governments can get really competitive in the program, and it kind of drives some good conversations and good achievements along the way too. So I just wanted to give you a few examples of member accomplishments, and it can range across different categories, but starting from improving the energy efficiency of your municipal buildings, improving the water efficiency or reducing water consumption. Also, community river cleanups and tree plantings or other similar types of events. Expanding recycling or starting a composting program for residents. You could have electric vehicle infrastructure for charging. That counts, as well as EV vehicles on your fleets. Expanding parks, trails, and green space, or adopting different policies that support sustainable practices. So it could be managing stormwater through rain gardens and rain barrels, and partnering with your soil and water conservation district on different programs like that. There's just a lot of different examples to provide. And just one final note, I wanted to update you because this is something newer that we're doing. We partnered with OSU through their City and Regional Planning Program and Sustainability Institute. We found a really great need for technical assistance on sustainability plans or specific projects from our members. And there are studio and capstone courses at OSU that are looking for those real world projects. And we thought, well, this is a great match if we can be proactive about it, take applications from our local governments and identify the projects that would be a good fit for some of these classroom projects over a semester. It could be research, it could be developing a plan or a map. So there's a range of projects that can be submitted. They must promote sustainability or resiliency, but a wide range, including transportation, economic development, and housing, as long as there's a sustainable component to that. For this round, we identified Gahanna, Somerset, Reynoldsburg, and Bexley. They'll be participating this fall in those different studio classes. So they've already started preparing, getting started on that process. But we expect that we'll put out another call next February to get proposals for projects again. So that's one of those newer, I think, benefits that we're trying to offer and expand out to our members, is to get some free project work, specifically for our Sustainable 2050 members on their work. So, and with that, that concludes my presentation. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to talk with you and for considering Sustainable 2050 membership. And I'm happy to take any questions that you have.
Anyone? Thank you, Brandy. We appreciate it. Actually, this lines up with a lot of things that we're picking up right now. True City USA and
Yeah.
our Vibrant Communities program, that this matches up well with. So
Good, great.
thanks for coming.
Great, thank you so much.
All right. Communication, so I'm on the same schedule as Brian, really not a whole lot this last 2 weeks. As Russ said, looking forward to this next potential JED. If we could get another 94 cents in the JED account, that would be fantastic.
Double, all right.
Yeah. It's all about percentage. So we'll look forward to that, but we'll see how it goes. So Rob?
I'm working with the people who developed and designed on the Veterans Memorial. I've made some calls. I've got more to make, so I'll have more to talk about on that. And the American Legion is doing their normal Memorial Day service at Jerome Cemetery and again down at Dublin. It's a new route this year. It actually goes on their new bridge, so it'll be somewhat different. I don't know exactly how that's going to be, but it'll be interesting for all of us. It'll be a first time. So that's all I have.
Cool. Any committees? I don't think anybody's met since. All right, legislative actions. We have a first reading, as we just heard, a first reading resolution 08-2022, a resolution of commitment to Sustainable 2050. Assume there's no questions.
We have another first reading, ordinance 13-2022, an ordinance to grant variances to the provisions of the Shawnee Hills Code, section 509.09, to allow applicant Adobe Inn deviate from time and volume standards for the memorial tournament and declare an emergency. Any questions on this? Again, just kind of yearly housekeeping for us. Do I have a motion to suspend with the second and third reading and declare this an emergency?
Second,
Gates,
yes.
Ister,
Yes.
Rosa, Benny, yes, Patrick,
Yes.
Zimmerman,
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 13-2022 as an emergency.
so moved.
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Ister,
Yes.
Rosa, Benny, yes, Patrick,
Yes.
Zimmerman,
Yes.
Another first reading, an ordinance authorizing the village administrator or his designee to advertise for bid to pave portions of numerous streets within the village of Shawnee Hills, Ohio, and declare an emergency. Any questions on this?
I just have one question. I just wondering, since we pave every year, I just wondering why, and I know there's a paving season that has to be accomplished, but why it's an emergency? Because
we can put it off for bid, because you would have to bid it for like 4.
Right.
But we couldn't put it out because we wouldn't have it approved for over 30 days. So we couldn't even put it out for bid before then. And with the prices changing, they have to come up with everything.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to put that until almost August.
Yeah.
Or end of July, and beginning of August, we have to keep it out for bid for 4 weeks.
Okay, I guess maybe, I was just wondering, is it something where you can back up with the assessing what the needs are? Or do we have to wait, for spring after the thaw, basically, to see where the damage is?
I've been talking about paving since about December, and Chris and Mark both maybe wait till after the last freeze and the last plow. So it's kind of one of those.
And this is something we've addressed in almost every UST meeting we've had. And we waited because we had hoped actually to have this in April to actually do it. We did actually get the number finally, or the area. And that's what pushed it right over the limit of where we have to go out for bids. So.
There's one area that needs such drastic tending to that if we wait next year, it's gonna, over the winter, it could be devastating for the school buses.
And we did not pay last
We paid for 2 years.
year, for 2 years, right? So.
All right.
All right, do I have a motion to suspend with the second and third reading and declare this an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Ister,
Yes.
Rosa,
Yes.
Benny, yes, Patrick,
Yes.
Zimmerman,
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 14-2022.
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Ister,
Yes.
Rosa,
Yes.
Benny, yes, Patrick,
Yes.
Zimmerman,
Yes.
Approval of the bills, we have a chance to look at it.
Yes.
I assume so the approval of the bills, $89,173.10. That sound right? All right, do I have a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $89,173.10?
so moved.
Second.
Gates,
Yes.
Ister,
Yes.
Rosa,
Yes.
Benny, yes, Patrick,
Yes.
Zimmerman,
Yes.
All right, Shirley, treasurer's report.
General fund, 343,129.31. Street fund, 434,315.10. State highway, 26,150.45. Continuing professional training, 2,535.48. Evans Farm Jet, 91 cents. Drug law enforcement, 534.41. Indigent drivers, 385.84. Law enforcement trust, 11,104.19. American Rescue Plan, 20,298.75. Enforcement education, 1,245.85. Fire fund, 164,420.98. TIF, 82,483.07. TIF 2, 27,718.62. Police District, $112,634.25. Veterans Memorial, $248.97. Sewer operating, $29,295.38. Sewer replacement, $13,036.08. Storm sewer, $11,938.24. And debt service, $121,483.28, for a total of $1,402,957.
Any questions on the treasurer's report?
No.
Any miscellaneous business?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report as written?
So moved.
Second.
Bates?
Yes.
Item?
Yes.
Rosa?
Yes.
Jenny? Yes. Satcher?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Good.
All right, now do we have any miscellaneous business?
I would just like to give a thank you to Kim and Amy who live on Pawnee. They helped Connie Framby's kind of rejuvenate Jack Framby's Memorial Park overall. Parkside, thank you. And they re-edged everything, put in new plants that are deer. The deer won't like, and they did a really great job. We're just now waiting for mulch, and so this was a great public-private kind of miniature situation that worked out really well. So the village gives mulch every year, and these folks took it upon themselves to beautify an already really kind of pretty park. So the kids seemed to enjoy it while they were there working. I guess some kids in the neighborhood stopped by and sat on the picnic table and ate some candy and talked to them. And so it gets used. So I just wanted to thank them.
Thank you.
Just have a question. This is a question I thought of for Brian in between when you spoke and now. At the last meeting, there was a question about whether or not the village could receive any taxes from Rita for the Airbnb house that's in the village. And you were going to check on it. And I was just wondering if you had a chance.
I did follow up and no, we can't.
Is that, okay.
I'm sorry, I told one person and I should have told everybody.
Well,
Yeah.
Brian, is that what you're understanding?
Still working on
So,
that.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed?
That was good.
Thank you.